Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, Mercury is direct in the sign of Aries. It's been retrograding in the sign of Aries from April 2nd to the 25th. It had a pre shadow period from March 17, and the post shadow period lasts until May 15. So, whatever you're seeing that's been going on between March 17 until May 15, it's all a part of the wrap up for the Mercury retrograde cycle. The degree points, if you want to know, are from the 27th degree of Aries to the 15th degree. So if you have any planets or any asteroids or points in those degree points of Aries or Libra or any of the cardinal signs, this is going to be a really big Mercury retrograde for you, or it has been a big Mercury retrograde for you. Mercury has been making some really big connections in the sky. I mean, I've really watched this Mercury retrograde, and I was supposed to make a video for this before, but there was just so much going on that I didn't get the chance to. So I'm now setting aside that time. Mercury made a lot of connections, and right now in the sky, it's still making these connections. And the first connection it made was to the true node, which is really about the direction in life we're supposed to be focused and growing and learning from. But it's a very uncomfortable area in our life. It's like this area that we have not learned a lot in, and planets come, or people come, or places or situations come in to basically build that muscle to strengthen it. So when Mercury met the true node at 15 degrees of Aries, that was a really big kind of window of opportunity that was opening for Mercury when Mercury was retrograding, and that happened on March the 19th. So Mercury and the true node met, and there was a message, there was a signal, there was a sound. There had to be something that was going on. After that, Mercury went to meet the asteroid Chiron, which is the wounded healer, and it met the asteroid the same week on the 21st of March. And that was really like a wound or some kind of message of healing or wounding that came in around that time. And after that, Mercury squared Ceres, and Ceres has to do with the way we really feed ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, how we make money work, and the common worker. Ceres has a lot to do with the common worker and the common man and the day to day, like hourly wages and things like that. So, Mercury was having conversations that had to do with a lot of healing, a lot of focusing direction and instinct, and meeting people and channeling things that were basically spontaneous and raw because it is happening in the sign of Aries. The eclipse happened on the 8th of April, which it basically connected with the sun and the moon. The eclipse was also very big because we're having this Mercury retrograde. Mercury's in the sign of the eclipse, so it's also being influenced. On the 12th, right after the eclipse, shortly after the eclipse, Mercury was Cazimied with the sun. So the sun and Mercury met in the sky, and that is energy of both channeling, cleansing, releasing. It's like a bath that Mercury got, but it also met the sun. So there was a conversation or some type of understanding, awareness about some situation that was going on for you. If you don't know how this is affecting you, you need to look at your birth chart and see where is Aries in your chart, what house Aries rules. And that will kind of give you an understanding of where this energy is taking place. But if you're observing, you will see that this is an area of your life that is kind of moving around, and there's a lot happening all at once. And there's a lot of downloads coming at the same time in this area. So then after that bath with the sun, Mercury met Chiron. And again, this is now the second time Mercury is meeting Chiron in the sky. And Mercury is meeting Chiron. It's caziming with Venus. So now Venus has come into the mix at 17 degrees. So now Mercury is making a conversation with the planet of money and the planet of value and relationships. So all of this has to do with also relationships, right? And if we're in the sign of Aries, Venus is in Aries right now. Venus is not at home in the sign of Aries. It's actually in its opposite sign. So it's kind of like there's some contractual things happening. There's some rearranging in relationships, and there's some more focusing on what the self needs as opposed to what another person needs. Because if you really look at how this Mercury retrograde cycle is going, it's kind of like Mercury is in the sign of Aries, but it's in the sign of Aries for its own like journey. It's not there for somebody else's. So you're on your own journey right now with this Mercury retrograde. And what I've been observing is you have to listen to that inner voice with this Mercury retrograde. Not logic, more like intuition, instinct, that raw energy that just comes out and tells you something. That's the thing you really need to listen to during this time, because Aries is so instinctual that that's how the energy comes. And if you're not like listening, if you're not paying attention, you may just like it may bypass you, and it's going to come back around in another way to open that window or door for you again. Why am I saying that? Because Mercury will then touch these planets. It stays in this kind of field with the True Node and Chiron. It's like in between the two of them for some time during the end of the month of April, going into the early May. And I'm noticing it's like Mercury, after being channeled, after understanding things, is now going through this kind of healing phase. And I want to specify healing phase from childhood, from any type of wounding that happened with you just being yourself, any type of hurt or pain that happened with you acting impulsively or aggressively or assertively or independently. That can be something that can be a wound or hurt at this moment right now as well. Aries is a very raw, pure energy, and when it's not working in its higher state, or it's not elevating, you find Aries very childlike and self-oriented, to the point where, little kids, they play and they're like, it's mine, I want it, it's mine. This is the kind of vibration you can kind of see too. It's like this selfishness and this greed that may happen as well, like you're entitled to something. That could be like the negative energy that can be playing out with this kind of all this Aries energy, this entitlement, this because I'm here, it's mine. So watch for that specifically. But as Mercury is moving and making these connections with these other planets, like I said, it's like a cleansing is going on. And finally, Mercury will move into the sign of Taurus within the middle of May, and then a new journey will begin for Mercury. But I really wanted to cover this Mercury retrograde because I feel this Mercury retrograde is really one of the biggest healing components of the year, especially with it happening with the eclipse. It's happening also with the conjunction to Uranus and Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. So there is a lot that happened while this kind of portal of Mercury retrograde was going on, kind of allowing this space for us to see something that we didn't see before, this light, really. So thank you guys for listening. I'm going to put my contact in the description box below, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.